Right, this might be a relatively difficult video to get entirely in frame, so I'll try my best, but this is going to be one that was requested by a few people sort of over a while, and I've only just got round to doing it, about different sort of styles of body armour and what they are and aren't used for, because I think when people think body armour they basically think of one type of thing, and then, you know, they think it's all either good or crap or whatever based on the type of body armour they're thinking of. So the type I'm starting off with is like what the police wear in the UK. I think a lot of US police wear similar things, and it's a very lightweight sort of Kevlar and stab resistant vest. So the idea of this, and we should always use the word resistant, not proof, when talking about body armour, because of course it's only, you know, guaranteed to work against certain things at certain velocities and everything like that. It's not really proof, it's resistant. So how these vests work is they have a front and back Kevlar panel. And these, on this particular vest, it's got kind of like a weird sandpapery stuff, which is the stab-proof layer. I've got another one of these where the filler's kind of like a chainmail type thing that's put in front of the Kevlar. The idea is that you have one layer in it as stab resistance and one layer as sort of firearms resistance for pistols. You can obviously get vests that are just stab-proof that offer no ballistic rating, and ones that are just designed to be sort of, you know, ballistically rated and offer no stab protection. But these are the kind of hybrid vests that most police forces and everything use, because there's a good chance that somebody might attack them with a knife as well as a handgun. So this will do absolutely nothing to stop rifle rounds or anything like that. This one's Kevlar 3A front and back with the sort of stab resistance added, and you get different tiers of these. Some offer more spike protection than others. But basically the general rule you'll learn with body armour as we do this video is that the more protection it offers, the heavier it gets and the bulkier it gets. So in general, you know, yes, you can have something that offers you a level of protection, but often it's too heavy. So this is my favourite out of all the body armours if I actually had to wear it out and about, and I have done before. You can wear it under a jacket, because the point is that it's fairly covert in terms of it sits quite close to your body, so with a jacket on it's not all that noticeable. And, you know, it's designed to be stab resistant, which is the main thing. You know, if somebody pulled a knife on you to mug you or whatever, you've got stab resistance here. So again, pretty good jacket. These are the type that police used for a while ago. With all the sort of armour I'm going to be showing you, you can get it surplus on eBay or other places like that. The police have since moved to better designs than this one. Weak points of this armour is there's no actual Kevlar in the shoulder bits on this armour. Some models do have Kevlar that goes over there. These ones don't. So for example, a bullet could still go through your shoulder there or whatever. The Kevlar sort of just comes to about here on this. Obviously, while it gives you manoeuvrability, there's no real protection for your arms there and sort of stuff like that. So that's just what this one does. Doesn't cover the neck at all, but it's designed to be lightweight armour for like a policeman or whoever, security officer, whatever, to wear all day long without it becoming a burden, and still offer them good manoeuvrability, but very good levels of protection from sort of knives and sort of things like that, and sort of small caliber handguns. Right, next we have a British ECBA vest, and this is a good example of a light plate carrier or sort of upgraded body armour. And what this is it's basically a very similar filler to that police vest, although this one doesn't have stab protection, but again you could probably put a protection that has, you know, stab proofing in as well. The main difference is on the front and back there are two little plate sockets, or sort of pouches for ceramic plates. So what goes in here is the ceramic plate, and the idea of this is it stops rifle rounds, or, you know, it adds resistance to rifle rounds. So the idea is that that covers your heart basically on the front and back, and the idea is that one of, you know, your heart and a bit of both of your lungs, or one of your lungs and your heart and maybe a bit of the other lung, is covered by this plate. So the idea is that while most of your torso is protected by stuff up to pistol rounds and shrapnel, this bit is, you know, protecting vital organs from most stuff penetrating them. So the advantage to this armour is, compared to the last one, that it offers far better levels of ballistic protection where the plates are. This one also does have filler in the shoulders and things like that, so you do get a bit of protection there, but it's a similar sort of profile to the other vest. Protects you in the same areas, sort of doesn't protect you in the same areas. I'm a massive fan of these ECBA vests. If you know the history of them with the British Army, basically, or the British Armed Forces in general, these were kind of like a stopgap vest that they were meant to get rid of really quickly, and they kept them in service for bloody ages just because they were good and they couldn't really come up with something better for the role it served. So you can sometimes find police vests that are similar to this, as in, you know, they have a ballistic plate in the front, or they have, you know, a reinforced stab plate over the heart or whatever. But the idea of these sort of vests anyway, because, you know, not naming specific ones like the ECBA, but is just that you basically have your similar sort of layout to the police vest, but then you've got, you know, a front and back pocket for small ceramic plates, steel plates, whatever, or, you know, upgraded stab panels. The idea being it basically is, like the last vest, gives you a bit of a higher level of protection. But you know, if I had to wear a vest for something going horribly wrong, this would be my choice. The reason being it's still lightweight and comfortable to have on for quite a long time, but it does have those stronger, you know, ceramic plates in the front and back. So I do really like this vest. Now we'll go on now to the proper big bulky body armour, which I'm not such a fan of because as much as it gives you far better levels of protection, I said, it's bulkier and it's heavier. Right, and here we have your classic bulky big military plate carrier. This one, which is just out of frame, has one of these sort of big groin protection flaps in there as well that hangs down. But basically this is where you've got Kevlar filler pretty much everywhere that's thicker around the neck, you know, around the shoulders properly on this one. You know, it goes up further. But you've got a very big ceramic, sorry, not ceramic on this one, it's a very big steel plate. You've got a very big steel plate in the front here, and you've got one just like this on the back as well. So this is Polish body armour. I can't remember the exact name of it because when I did a video on it, people were arguing which model of body armour it was in the comments, so hell if I know the exact name of it. But this is good stuff, but again the problem is weight and bulk. I also find I can't put this on properly myself in the sense that you probably can't see it very well in frame, but it's one of those ones where you have to undo a load of Velcro to open it up. Once you put it on, you find you can't really pull the Velcro tight enough. You know, from the angle you are, somebody else can easily do it for you, and you can do it for somebody else, but it's one of those quite awkward armours where, you know, the Velcro doesn't really do up well when it's on. But it does up well enough that, you know, it covers where it's meant to cover. So, again, when the weight of the body armour is on you, it's not too bad, because your shoulders and your, you know, your chest are obviously taking a lot of the weight, and it's spread across you better. The issue is with armours like this, obviously, it adds a lot more bulk. Try getting in and out of a car wearing this, you know, in tight spaces like that, not very doable. You know, and that's the issue with these, they're sort of heavy. While they would give you very good levels of protection, you know, they're not brilliant in terms of how bulky they are and how big it makes your profile. And obviously, if you were wearing this all day, you are certainly going to feel it as the day goes on, with whatever other, you know, equipment soldiers will have, but in this video we're just talking about the body armours. Now, this particular one, the steel plates in this aren't as good as the smaller ceramic plates in the British one, but obviously you can get plate carriers like this with really good plates in that are even better than the ceramic ones the British Army uses. So again, you know, it's just more showing the types of vests in this video, not arguing that one particular vest is better, because obviously I'm sure if you're in the States or somewhere and you've got lots of money to spend, you can get a really, really comfortable, big, you know, protective vest. But for pretty much all of the vests I've shown, you know, if you spend more, you get better vests in that category. So, again, this is what lots of soldiers are sort of given vests similar to this for actual duty. And then, you know, like realigned soldiers are normally given things like the ECBA that I just showed. Obviously this is a Polish one, not a British one, but you know, you get the idea where sort of different weights and factors of the armour are brought in, considering how likely you are to be, you know, engaged in firefights, I guess, or, you know, shrapnel flying about. But basically, the video, to sum it up, you go from having sort of lightweight style police vests that are pretty much just designed to stop pistol rounds, or just designed to stop knives, or a combination of the two. Then you get the lightweight plate carriers, where you get basically the upgrade panel plate, so it's like the previous armours, but you've also got a panel in it, you know, which is like a small ceramic or, you know, extra stab resistant panel to basically give you upgraded armour in one area, or, you know, 2 areas on the vest or whatever. Then you get stuff like this, which is basically the full-on, every bit of your torso the vest can really cover is covered, plus the groin flap sort of hanging down there as well. But yeah, and this has much bigger plates. The issue is these plates aren't actually as good as the ones in the British one, but the point is that, you know, you've got much bigger plates and protective gear in this. So yeah, hopefully that's cleared it up for the people that kept asking, you know, which armour's better than the other. Again, when it comes to better, it really depends on which particular models you're looking at, because obviously some brands and some military surplus armours are better than others and things like that. And it also depends, you know, what you're using it for. If, for example, if you were just a cop on a city street on patrol or a private security guard, you would not want something like this on all day. You know, but the first vest is perfect for that. Whereas, you know, you wouldn't send soldiers on the front lines with a police-style vest on, because it would just not be good enough for a lot of the threats they'd be facing. And again, another really important thing just to stress, because people always forget this, these aren't bullet-proof vests, they're bullet-resistant vests, you know, or stab-resistant vests. Because sadly, even if you're wearing the best armour in the world, there is chances certain things will penetrate it. You know, it will either fail with stuff it should stop, or potentially, or, you know, stuff that's, there might be some stuff that's just too high velocity or too high energy and it penetrates, you know, the vest. So remember, they're always resistant, not proof. You know, you can't just rely on the vest as the only thing to protect you. But hopefully that's demonstrated the types of vests. And as I said, the police vests or the ECBA style ones are my favourite in terms of giving a very good level of protection for the relatively lightweight and compactness of the vest. As I said, you wouldn't want something like this on all day because they really do start to, you know, drag on your shoulders a bit after a while. But hopefully this video has summed up for the people that were asking, you know, what the different styles of armour sort of are.